Whether think that you must have duped somewhere, you have done something illegal or something dirty to make money, and they think you are just using it to clean up your money. But meanwhile, you're doing this because we are concerned about the well-being of ordinary Nigerians. When I started Rochas Foundation 20 years ago, the impression of most people who believed that I was doing that was because it was politics. They said I was doing this for politics. And I said to them, I could have built school in Kano, Sokoto, Zaria, Bauchi, Adamawa, Jos, Ibadan. And I would have done that for any political reason because I wasn't running for president, I was running for governorship. But I saw a concern, and I did that. But they say it's politics. Now I've challenged every Nigerian. If Rochas Foundation is politics, let everybody play it. It's better for our nation. So the time has come where we must speak out the truth in this country, or we might be causing danger for generations yet unborn. So out-of-school children, it's not something that we just take very lightly. And look at how much has been budgeted for education. But I'll keep doing what I can do for my spiritual satisfaction that at least I've given back to my society. So that's a challenge. Government alone cannot do this because the problem is overwhelming. What I'm talking about is about the internal crisis in the party. What makes election is not the winner of governorship. It's winner of the presidency of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It's not just winner of governorship. Because the person that caused the whole thing is the president. I think that APC will go into presidency with this kind of state of mind and win election at the national level. You should also know that whether you like it or not, the presidential influence has a lot to do with any local election of any sitting government in power. Because nobody wants to be in opposition. So as far as President Buhari is seated, even the worst of the person all in any state you already have advantage even before starting the election. Because there's a sitting government in power. That's from your party. But what I'm talking about, when that seat of presidency is becoming vacant, who fills it up? The facility that was available for Abuja was not meant for more than 1 million people, or even 500,000. But today, Abuja is growing in a geometrical progression, and the resources are not there to meet up with those challenges. When you say there's power shortage and there's no light, it's not that there's no light, there's light. But the number of people scrambling for the light is more than the light itself. If Abuja population reduces to 100,000 today, we are going to have 30 hours of power, not even 24 hours. But as you keep stretching the cable and stretching more people, and the power is still the same, then you cannot meet up the power need of the people. This is common sense. Maybe people don't understand. And this is why Abuja must be handled differently. The spirit with which Dubai was built should be the same spirit which Abuja should be built. Abuja by nature is the capital of Nigeria and is the headquarters of Nigeria, and it's not a cheap city. To build Abuja, you must adopt the principle of OPM, other people's money, because this budgetary can never meet up. Other people's money is what you use to do, and you must know that land is a capital, and as wealth set aside for production of further wealth. So you must go. It must be run like a pure business to get Abuja right. People must pay for those facilities, either by the acquisition of land or whatever, or the taxes they pay, to give them the services that it requires. But if you're waiting for federal government to give you, out of their lean budget, another money to develop Abuja, the situation will get worse. So, the same problem, like you said, the population is increasing. And every Nigerian has a freedom of movement. And whenever they see small light, they close there and the light will go down because we see nothing has increased. I mean, the power distance in Nigeria is not increasing like the population is increasing. That's the challenge. And when you start having this kind of neighborhoods, it also constitutes a very serious crime. Neighborhood without light, neighborhood without water, neighborhood without... this is another slum being created within Abuja. So something must be done to raise money to run the affairs of Abuja, including security. And Abuja can raise its money itself to handle the affairs of the Abuja as a capital. Well, I tell you something. I think I've spoken on this issue of border closure. Government have said that it's a temporary thing to enable us to look inwards. I have always said that border closure, I see it as more or less a campaign, creation of awareness for Nigerians to begin to look inwards on how to feed themselves. But you can't stretch it for too long because Nigerians will always have a way to bring these goods in. And when they bring it in through a tedious means, the cost of living will become very, very high. So it's neither here nor there. You cannot live all your life importing goods every time that you produce nothing. You become a consuming nation. That's how I say it. And it will get worse. Because now that we have signed into this global trade arrangement, and the trade arrangement with other African countries, it will be worse. Nigeria might eventually become a dumping ground. And by other African nations to have done that. Let's open up our trades. Let's see who can compete better, who can produce better. So you see, Rwanda now will start producing rice we eat, garri that we eat, and import everything, instead of Chinese bringing. They will bring all the goods. And if Nigeria, with their population, cannot produce anything to go out, then we're going to be in danger for it. But the hardship is created for the people is also there. This is why I believe that it's going to be very temporary. And government on their part will also provide alternative as quickly as possible so people can start producing something. But how do we produce again? Going to production without power, another major problem. So my idea would have been, let's create an economic zone for manufacturing and take at least 1,000 megawatts of power plant only to that area for purpose of production, or 2,000 megawatts out of the 7,000 that we have. 2,000 should be given for production and not for residential, for only production. So factories can start coming up. Why we manage the less for residential until things get better? You see, you must always cut your coat according to material available, not according to your size. Nigeria must devise a means of tackling this. But it's very painful that you go from Lagos to Owerri, to Bokoma village, and you go to Katsina and go to Meduguri and come back to Cross River. Anywhere you see smokes coming out, it's a smoke of consumption, not of production in this country. It's either you see nkwobi or fried rice or chicken. What if you go to China and see smokes popping out? They're producing goods to stabilize the economy of China. And this is the employment we're talking about. So, for politicians, we might have to have a quick answer whether you try to favor government or favor the people. It creates a lot of hardship. But what I'm saying is that even when the borders are closed, we should fast track the other way to start, to cushion the effects on the ordinary people, because the people government don't understand. In fact, all that we know is that government create job, government give us light, government give us security, government give us agriculture, government give us aviation, give us a road, do this, and nobody asks government, where is the money? If we don't take some immediate action, the situation will get worse, because in the next 2023, the population of Nigeria would have also increased. And demand on the system will be more. The next 10 years, it will be worse. In the 2050, it will be about 400 million people scrabbling for 7,000 megawatts of power plant. While in America has gone to 700,000 to almost 1 trillion megawatts of power. So the whole power we use in Nigeria is not up to the power of Fire Service Department of New York. And what we do is that we must agree at one point to make sacrifices by all concerned. Both the governors, govern and the governed must make sacrifices to help this thing start. Take for instance now, how much have we made out of this year's budget? 11 trillion, almost 11 trillion naira budget. Out of that 11 trillion naira, 81% of it is salary and welfare. Are we a serious nation? We're not a serious nation. Because we're even eating what belongs to the future generation of Nigerians. And out of that 2 trillion remaining, or 19% for capital this thing. So that's what we're borrowing. So we're borrowing to take care of certain small things. And you cannot stop workers from charging their songs of solidarity and increase the salary. And as the salary is increasing, and the things are getting expensive because of lack of production, the workers end up getting nothing. Because if I increase your salary to 100,000 and the bag of rice is 100,000, of what difference is the increase for you? So these are some of the economic things that we have, we just know, and then begin to address certain things. But in the immediate, we must cut down on cost of governance immediately. We must cut down on cost of governance. And I'm sure if the leaders show that kind of sacrifice, I bet that kind of sacrifice, others will follow. As a governor, I forfeited my security vote for 8 years. Nobody knows about that. Security vote for 8 years. And if I go by the calculation, Imo State government is owing me over 8 billion or 6 billion naira thereabout. If I have to collect back, I want to collect back my security vote. That is cutting down on cost of governance. And you cannot do what others are doing because you're not others. I couldn't have done the kind of contract Akwa Ibom or Lagos State will do. Because what they get in 1 month is what I collect in 10 months. So I have to change the style. So people must change. Cut your coat according to your material available, not according to your coat according to your size. But the material available can't cover them. So if you sew it according to material available, even if it gives you a short knicker and call it a style, you call it a short monkey style. You know my belief? It's vision. Irrespective of where he comes from. Because tribe cannot provide food on the table of the common man. Neither will it guarantee security. And I always make fun of those who glamour for, even within the state, is our zone has not governed, this zone has not governed. You can box. From the east, the north, somebody from, it's only on that basis. Igbo step together and start shopping for support. From the north, become president will not be based on the, because the doctor can give you the right medicine. If your senior brother is a quack doctor, you will run in the night to go to your proper doctor without even saying. The what I understand of Night Senate is, I called it that Night Senate as let peace be. The Senate
resources.
My ethnic group or where I came from, I believe in a new Nigeria. I believe in new Nigeria.
I believe in a new Nigeria.
Believe in a new Nigeria.